Hey guys, hello. Everything's going, yeah, that's all good. What's up? Hey, so this is yesterday's live stream today. So yeah, this was yesterday was my birthday, and so we were supposed to be live building this, but things happened out of my control, and yeah, life got in the way as it tends to do. And so we're building this today instead. So it's birthday plus one. It's a leap year, so it's kind of fitting, I guess. If we have to delay a birthday stream, it should be, well, I mean, I guess it would only really work if your birthday is the 28th, which mine was yesterday, and is into the future. But yeah. So it's a leap year. How's it going, everyone? Looking forward to seeing a live build, The Collector. Oh, glad you can make it. David, as well, is here. Thanks for coming out, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Francisco, Mike, and Astray with wings. Yes, it's not the first time, is it? There's Astray Noir has wings too. They're not quite as wingy as the Destiny wings, but the Astray Noir has wings on it. Steven, admittedly a little bit jealous. Yeah, I would not blame you for being jealous. It's a pretty cool design, this one. I think it's definitely one of the best looking kind of country exclusives. Although there's not very many of those. Most of like the country exclusives that exist, it's usually like a China version exclusive. I think, is this the only ever like Korea exclusive kit that we've had? I'm sure there's probably been something before, but this one I think is, anyway, compared to the different like country specific limited exclusive kits, which is basically just all the different China exclusive kits, I think this one looks really good in comparison to those. So just as usual, I mean, I've got all the parts here all ready to go for the build. And just with these wing parts, they're like quite specific, so I wanted to keep them on the runner at least for now, just so I can tell which number is which one. I thought about just like putting a piece of tape on each one and writing the number on there, but just for the time being, I have them on here. So once we get to building the wings, I'll have to clip those off and clean up just a couple little nubs on those, just so that I can make sure I don't get those mixed up. But that's a long way off. We've got a lot of kit to build first before we even get to the backpack. So let's get started. Anyway, but yeah, Mike's here. Blaze, happy birthday plus one. Thank you. Got a little birthday drink on deck to stay cool today. Your hairstyle is cool. Oh, thank you, Royden. Thanks. I worked on it a lot. Definitely plan on kit bashing an HD version of this eventually. Yeah, it would be very easy to make. I mean, the only thing you wouldn't have is the markings, but you could make this entire kit. I guess you might not have the cannons, because that's part of the Destiny Regenes, the Impulse Destiny Regenes, I think, right? I mean, you could find some other parts that are going to look pretty similar, but I think that's the only part that, I mean, wouldn't be available in HG. So you just have an HG, or it would actually probably look good would be to make this out of the RG. If you wanted to make a 144 scale version, use the RG Astray, which is awesome. The RG Destiny, which is meh, but at least you could just use the backpack parts, the wings. And there's an RG Regenes backpack. So there you go. You can make this out of an RG. It would be very easy. So, well, I mean, easy, I mean, I don't know, compared to what, but anyway, pretty straightforward, easy enough to make. The main thing with the Chinese exclusives that they often only use two colors. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the thing. This one, yeah, is cool that, I mean, like, it's Korean colors, like the plus yellow. I mean, like the Korean flag. The white with red and blue and black, so the color scheme makes sense. There's a little bit of yellow thrown in there as well, which I think makes for some nice looking little yellow accents, but and the gold as well, of course. But yeah, no, it looks very cool. And the markings on it, if you guys aren't familiar with Hangul, the Korean writing script, the markings here are kind of themed after It looks like it's sort of like anyway, it's not there entirely, but like this part here. Anyway, it looks like Hongo. It's kind of there, roughly. Anyway, happy birthday. Thank you, Reiji. And Ko, I did get your email about winning the prize, so I haven't like responded to the email or responded to your message. I'm not sure about that, but I got your message, I got your email, so I got that, just letting you know. So thanks for getting in touch with me for that. One of our giveaway prize winners. Feel the HG equivalent of those cannons could be the Akatsuki backpack. Possibly, yeah. I'm not sure. I would have to look at it more closely. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. We got a bunch of leftover parts. A lot of the leftover parts in here are from the... Oh, that's the other thing you would be missing in HG. Well, I mean in RG, is the parts from it's Astray Blue Frame D. Or no. What was that? The shoulder parts are from a different Astray. It's not the Blue Frame D. It is Gundam Astray Second. There's an HG Astray Second, isn't there? I think so. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, anyway, you can make it out of HG or RG and just use some of the HG parts. Anyway, yeah, you could totally make this on your own. You wouldn't really be missing anything. There's not any parts that are specific to this, just the colors and the decals that it's molded in. Let's get started. Hope everything is okay with the fam. Thank you, Ruben. Yeah, everything is okay. What happened yesterday was car problems. So with my wife's vehicle, we have two vehicles. They're not really designated. One is mine and one is my wife's. We just kind of use them. With one of our vehicles yesterday, my wife called and said that she was out at the store and the car wouldn't start. So I had to go and help sort that out. I didn't really know what to do at first, but we got it figured out and got home and everything was okay. I think basically it just needs a new battery. So that's fun, but we'll get that sorted out this weekend, I think. And then, yeah, it'll be all right. In retrospect, had I have like known what to do right away, or if that happens again in the future, now that I know what to do right away, for that, I could have got it sorted out and carried on with the live stream yesterday, and it would have been like all sorted. But I didn't know what to do, so I just left to take care of that, and then yeah, just postpone the live stream till today. Ryan asked, how are you doing today? I'm doing well, thank you. How are you all doing? What are the chances that Bandai rebrands the Senanju-Stein Verka from 2013 to the Senanju-Stein Unicorn version? Verka. Wait, what? Oh, no, I don't think they will. No, they're not gonna put like Unicorn version on it, no. They're just gonna leave that as Senanju-Stein, and they're just going to make the narrative version. That's all. Okay, so torso is up first, where we've got a little bit of red. It's mostly gray and white. So we got these parts up here first. Let's get down to business. The very first part that I need, I cannot find. Okay, here it is. So I've built... Let's see, what have I built as far as different versions of the Astray goes? I know I've built the Master Grade Astray. Well, I guess the Blue Frame D might be the only Master Grade Astray kit that I've built, come to think of it. So even though I know there's a few of them out there, I've not really built anything other than that one. It's as like among the different Master Grade Astray kits that exist as far as like standard release stuff, not counting any like other limited exclusives or P-Bandai kits or anything else. Honestly, the Blue Frame D is the only one that I really care for too much. terms of the design of that one and everything. So I really like that. But a lot of other Astray variants don't really do a whole lot for me, to be honest. Let's see if we can get this guy in there. There we go. So, yeah. Happy birthday! Thank you, C4. The Stein looks better. The Stein looks better than what the sleeves did to the unit any day. So, your Mercenary, you're saying you like it without the sleeves parts? I think I kind of tend to agree. As much like as cool as the sleeves parts are, I mean, I think the original version does look pretty nice. Yeah. So let's see. This is this one. Always gotta love the like side specific parts here. Bear with me a moment and make sure I get the right parts and don't drop anything either. Yeah, wait a minute. Okay. It's just gonna be a tight fit, huh? All right, wait. We aren't apes. Let's use tools. Speaking of apes, are you guys excited for that new Planet of the Apes movie? I am. I'm a big fan. It's like one of my favorite sci-fi movie franchises. Dynasties, you might call it. I'm a big fan of Planet of the Apes, so looking forward to the new one coming out. Did not appreciate how tight that was, but we got it. Yeah, looking forward to the new Planet of the Apes. It looks good. It looks cool. Looks kind of more. I mean, I liked the past couple. What was the one just before this one? It was probably my least favorite of the new series so far. The most recent one, I think, was the one, I can't remember what was the name of it, where they were in like a, it was very snowy, right? That was kind of like fine. I enjoyed it well enough, but definitely probably my least favorite of the kind of reboot series. But the new one looks really good. All right, that's that. I think that's right. I'm just like not certain that that's right. There's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out. Yes, Mike Hernandez. Yeah, Koba Mad. Yeah. I still sometimes drop one of those hanging out with my wife and kids, whatever. I'll drop a "Where Caesar" from the first one, right? No, second one. Is it? Yeah. Would it be the second one? Yeah, I think so. Where? Yeah, it's the second one, right? Yeah, because this wasn't the one with James Franco. Godzilla and King Kong New Empire thoughts. Yeah, not a fan. Not really a fan of the recent Godzilla Kong movie franchise. I don't know. Like traditionally, like Godzilla, cool. King Kong, I don't know. Not that interesting. Like classic Godzilla. Classic Godzilla is good, like for like the like classic like Japanese campiness of it, right? But I don't know, like the Matthew Broderick Godzilla, which I know a lot of people hate on. I don't know, it's kind of nostalgic for me. I can watch it, I can enjoy it. Jean Reno is good in it, and I mean, like, it's not a Godzilla movie. It's just a different kind of like monster movie, anyway. And then like, anyway, with the more recent Godzilla movies, I don't know, it's just kind of like very boring, kind of. I don't know. What was? I think it was the first Godzilla vs. Kong. I tried watching like a couple times on a flight a couple years back. I kept falling asleep. I mean, like, granted, I was on an airplane, but like, I have a even on like the long, like 12, 13, 14 hour flights, like the trans-Pacific flights, I have a hard time falling asleep, and to the point that like it's an issue for me. Like if I want to sleep, it's difficult for me to fall asleep. But watching that movie, I kept falling asleep. So that should tell you something there. PC 204A 6 is this one here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just they don't really do a lot for me, and the Kong movie was kind of okay. I think that one I've seen maybe twice or like 1.5 times or something like that, but it's I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, the Godzilla spin-offs and everything. I mean, they're trying to do their whole like Marvel style cinematic universe, and it's just like, don't do that. You don't need to do that. Because like I guess the thing that I think probably what they're hoping for is that it'll be like the MCU in that people will be invested. So they'll, even though like typically people would say like, oh, it's another Godzilla movie. It's like Godzilla 7, Godzilla 8, like they had like with like the horror movies, right? Where you have like Friday the 13th, part 12, whatever, you know, like it keeps going on and on. But if they make it like a cinematic universe where like you have to see each one because it's all kind of like building up to something, and like each film kind of reveals something more towards like an inevitable like kind of end point, right? Like we had with the MCU. It seems like that's what they're trying to like capture, but it's just not I don't know, not as interesting or something. I don't know. It's, when it's just giant monsters, I mean, like with superheroes, each like character in each movie has like their own personality and stuff. Like Godzilla doesn't really have a personality. He's just a giant monster. So it's not that interesting to watch him like keep doing different stuff. I mean, I don't know. It kind of misses the whole point of what made the Godzilla movies fun traditionally, I think. I don't know. Hang on. What? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So that goes like that, and this one like this. Okay. Huh. All right. Interesting. Nice. Okay. All right. There's our next piece. This one goes in here first. Shin Godzilla was great. I did not see that, so I can't speak on it. Everything that I've heard, everything that I've seen about it, seems like everybody kind of seems to pretty unanimously love Shin Godzilla. I've not seen it though, but yeah, I mean, like Shin Godzilla seems like it's like very in line with like classic Godzilla, like I'm talking about. So that's, I think, probably what made that more successful. Anyway, like critically and as far as like fan following and everything like that. Should these parts go on first? I guess they do. Okay, just making sure. Okay. And that there means G4 goes here on the bottom. Here and here. This part. Does it go this side or this side? This way. Uh-huh. Okay. Shin Godzilla was fun because it was so different. SolarWind said, yeah. Seems like that. Gundam versus Godzilla would be cool. maybe. Who's your favorite monster in the MonsterVerse? Oh, I don't know. I could kind of have a sweet spot. I mean, probably Mechagodzilla, just for like the whole mecha aspect. I mean, the Monarch series is pretty good. Ruben said, I've not seen that at all, so couldn't comment on that one. But oh, okay. Let's see. This neck pieces here, and chest plate like that. Got another polycap here, 21. See that one right there. How's that go? That and that. There. I love Godzilla -1. It was so amazing, Ramma said. I've not seen that one yet either. So it's another one. Maybe when it's on some streaming service or something, I'll give it a watch. -1. I'll tell you a movie that I did watch recently, which I've seen before, but it was my wife's first time to watch it. I got my wife to watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Classic. And we watched the 80s version together, which I think is the superior version. But then I also watched the original 1950s version by myself as well, which I can't remember if I've seen before or not. I thought I had seen it before, but then I started watching it and I was thinking, like, maybe I haven't seen this before. And then it got to the end, and then the ending I definitely remembered. And so I was like, maybe I have seen this before, but it's been a while. Anyway, Marcelo, yeah, the 80s version is the one with Spock. Yes, that's the far better version in my opinion, even though it's not the original. I think they did it a lot better in the remake, in the 80s remake. And I think there's another version of it that came out later as well or something. The Invasion, wasn't it like with Daniel Craig or something? Or is that different? I don't know. I've not seen the movie, but I've seen it, and I wondered if it was like another kind of remake or something of it. The Invasion, I think it was called. 13 and 7 and 14. Moving on to the hips, which is skipping over all the rest of the entire body. Here. But yeah, Leonard Nimoy is in the Leonard Nimoy and Jeff Goldblum in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the remake. Very good. There's one with Nicole Kidman. Yeah, Nicole Kidman. That's what I was talking about. It's Nicole Kidman and Daniel Craig, isn't it? Is that just a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers? Like same movie, same story, and everything. I've not seen it. It's been on like my Netflix or whatever. I think it's on Netflix. It's been on my watch list for a long time, and I keep not watching it. But I should watch it now that I've just in the past week or 2 weeks or so watched both versions, older versions. It's a classic. I love the 1980s version just because the suspense building is so good in that movie. Because like I was talking to my wife about this, and I don't think she really I think she enjoyed it well enough, but I think she was like as into it as I was. Because like I said, I've seen it quite a few times, but I love the suspense building in that. in that, like, it's really cool. Hang on, I'm just trying to see, make sure I get these parts together correctly here. Give me a moment. And that, like, as the audience, like, we can see what's going on. We know what's going on, like, before the characters do, and like while the characters are still trying to figure everything out. And like, it's clear to us as the audience that, like, that the characters are just way too slow to figure out what's going on. That, like, there's this urgency. Like, we as the audience watching the movie, we can see like how quickly this is like getting way out of control, but the characters are like, well, what's going on? We can't figure out what's going on. Like, not like in an annoying way, in a way that's like completely relatable. Like, if that was me in that situation, yeah, I would be like questioning, okay, like what's, like, this can't actually be happening like this. I can't believe this. What's really going on? It totally makes sense. It's just that we as the audience have the kind of like oversight to see, like, oh shit, like, this is not going well for them. But anyway, so I like the movie a lot. Where is that? There's another little piece, which, there it is. It's hiding out. There. But yeah, and the suspense, the music of that movie is really good too. Like I wonder if it won or was nominated for any awards just for like the sound, and not like the score, but even just like the sound design on it. So the sound design's so good. Interesting that the original didn't have, like, going back and watching the original, having not remembered if I'd even ever seen it before, it was kind of cool to see like how some of the scenes in the remake were taken like directly from the original. Some are like exact, some scenes are like exactly the same, or just like parts of the scene are exactly the same, different events or different lines of dialogue or something. Other stuff's like very different. One of the things that was really different was the fact that in the new, or like in the new, but in the remake, that the aliens, once people are transformed, then like later in the movie, like towards the end of the movie, this is like a bit of a spoiler, but I feel like it's such an old movie and not like, I recommend all you guys to watch it if you've not seen it, but you know, it's going to be a bit of a spoiler. But they have like they do like like scream, which is really creepy, right? And I thought it was like a very interesting part, but I couldn't remember if it was in the original or not, and it definitely was not. So it was something that they added for the. I'm trying to put this piece in here; it's not fitting. So I'm doing it backwards. It's something that they added in the remake. It's very like off-putting. It's so like not creepy, but yeah. Yeah. I think the latest version got bad reviews. The 2000s one, yeah, I can imagine so. The 78 one got some Saturn Awards for acting and best science fiction movie. Okay, oh, so it is 78. It's not even 80s. 78, late 70s. Okay, I thought it was like mid 80s or something. Thank you, Daryl. It's first time watching live. Happy birthday! Thank you, Daryl. Glad you can make it. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit closer so you guys can see. Here's the torso and waist section so far. I'm just gonna build entirely out of order here. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna go to the legs next. All right. But just for reference, after the torso, we were supposed to build the head, then the arms, then the legs, then the waist. Put it all together, but like I always say, I like being able to build a section and then add it on. Building the waist section last means you can't you build the legs and you can't attach them onto the kit until at the very end, which is, there's no fun in that. The Astray is an interesting kit too, just because just because of the design of the Gundam. You know, there's a lot of the frame that shows, so like it's like very heavy on the parts of the actual like frame of the Gundam. I've always been a fan of the Astray Gundam with just like a regular gray frame, different from like the red frame and blue frame, whatever, where the frame is usually color, like some bright color. This is, I think, one of the few versions where the frame is actually just in gray. Maybe the Astray Noir maybe has a gray frame as well. Maybe, I don't remember. But, I've seen, of course, there's different custom builds and stuff though over the years. Especially there's one, I can't remember who it was by, some custom build of the perfect grade Astray, where the builder did it just like a white and gray kind of color scheme. The frame is just a gray kind of color scheme, and it's super cool looking. I've always wanted to paint an Astray kit with just a kind of standard gray kind of inner frame. I think it looks really good. Let's see. That is going to be more polycaps here. 18 for the ankle. I've never understood why the waist always gets built after the legs. I prefer building the waist before the legs. Yeah, Rama, see? Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. I wonder what because I'm sure there's some reason. I mean, I don't think that they just randomly, they're like, what section should we put next? Let's do this section. And then just kind of do that at random. I'm sure there's a reason to the order of how the sections get built. I wonder whose job that is. Imagine. I mean, it's not like it's someone's job, like that's their only responsibility, and their job is just deciding the order of the runners. But I'm sure it's the person who is in charge of like the runner layout, which is probably not a person. There's probably a team. It's probably a couple people. Maybe not necessarily a huge team, but I would imagine it's more than one person who's kind of in charge of the runner layout. And I wonder if that also would include like the order, or if the order of construction is more sort of decided by like the engineering team, and then they tell the like what it would be like the design team for the manual, the order it should be put in. I don't know. Anyway, it would be interesting to know more about that, the behind the scenes process of how the instructions are made and designed and everything. So any other questions and stuff? If you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat there. Speedabaka is late, but not that late. Speedabaka, so far we've got built is the torso and the waist. I'm just working on the first of our 2 legs. This one actually does come with 2, so hope all is well. Everything's great. Thank you. But yeah, also, if you guys have questions that you want to put them in the chat, you utilize all caps. Put your question in all caps. Just helps me pick it out there in the chat. But otherwise, I mean, so long as you're not abusing the all caps. It doesn't actually honestly bother me that much, but I know it does bother some people. When you have people in a chat and they're just like blowing it up with all caps the entire time. So long as I can see what's going on. All right, I can see there's a nub here that I missed. I should say that I'll just mention the fact that this kit is actually just on loan to me, sort of a commission build, as it were. Normally a commission build would be like a painted build. This one I'm not going to be painting. It's just commissioned to be just built, just like a straight build, and then going to be just returning it to its owner. It's just an acquaintance there in Korea. I'm thinking maybe in the future it would be cool to get another one of these to keep for myself, just for like the memorial nature of it. But this particular one anyway, is not going to be staying with me. It's going to be going back to Korea, actually, after being built by me. Okay. So we got this part goes in sideways, and then we rotate that. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember. It's kind of interesting how certain parts of the construction are kind of familiar once I'm putting it together. Kind of remembering like, oh yeah, I forgot about that part. 17. I heard the Daytona 500 got delayed due to rain. Did you get cheap tickets? No, Chris Jones. Interestingly, we did consider that actually. So we looked into it and we thought about that. We thought about trying to see if we could get our hands on some cheaper tickets, as there definitely were tickets becoming available on the day because of the Daytona 500 being postponed. Yeah. But the thing was that so it was supposed to be on Sunday and it got delayed to postponed to Monday. But that Monday was a day that we had to go for my wife's chemotherapy treatment. So kind of wasn't. She was the one that really wanted to go too. I was like, are you sure you're gonna feel okay after chemo? Like, then you're gonna want to go to the race? Like, I don't think it's really a good idea. Like, it's gonna be like tons and tons of people. It's like super loud and just like not like I wouldn't think that it'd be like something you would want to do after that. But she was actually like one. She's like, yeah, it's a good chance because the people are gonna like we're gonna be able to get tickets for cheap. Like, yeah, but really. But ultimately, like, yeah, the tickets were cheaper, but not that cheap. So yeah, and so we didn't go, but it was delayed. Yes, that did in fact happen for sure. Where, let's see, there's this piece which I'm not certain if that's right. I guess so. Yeah, okay. So that's in there. Right, and then not that one. Not that one. There's a little teeny tiny piece that needs to go in here. And where is it? There it is. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Why exactly does Bandai still use ABS in releases after the Freedom 2.0? It's a bit of a pet peeve. I have the MG Wing Zero EW Verka. Did the Wing Zero EW Verka have ABS in it? I don't remember at all, but if I had to guess, I would have guessed that it wouldn't. It didn't. But I'll take your word for it. If it did, that is interesting. Yeah, I don't know. They've certainly been using less of it, than they did, in years past. But they are still using it, sure, of course. And it's definitely something that's not. If it's like a kit, like not this particular kit, but the original Master Grade Astray kit, whatever. Like if and when it's getting a reprint at any time, like for a reprint, they're not going to change the type of plastic that it is. That is there's the polycap, isn't it? Okay, what is that? 15. This one right here. Just wondering, what do you think about Gundam Breaker 4? Bill asked. Not a big player of the games, so I don't really have any opinion on that. I played the mobile Breaker game for a while until I just got kind of bored with it. Other games I just don't really play. Don't play any computer games or console games, anything. The only games at all that I play are I play Genshin Impact on my phone, and also Nikke, Goddess of Victory Nikke I play. So just a couple of just kind of fairly mindless phone games. And that's kind of the extent of my gaming these days. All right. Is it raining? Wait a minute. There we go. All right. Have that there. It is kind of interesting to see the Astray frame all in gray, right? Normally, you would think like building this part of any Astray kit would be, you know, either red or blue or whatever. It's kind of different having it all in gray here. Well, as we're about to add some more white pieces to it, but mostly in gray. All right. I know it's what. Is it raining? Sounds like it might be raining. All right. This part here. What are your thoughts on the MGF90 Type N? Which one is the Type N? Let me see. MGF90 Type N. N type. Let me see. It's the new P-Bandai kit. Which one is the Type N? Looks pretty cool. Yeah, nice. One of the better looking variations. Yeah, it's one of those that's like a bit too colorful for my taste. I think it would, but I mean, I can see the potential there. It would look a lot better and maybe with like one less color. I mean, it's not like it's it's your standard tricolor scheme, you know, gray frame, white armor with blue, yellow, and red, like the original Gundam, like a traditional Gundam color scheme. But there's a lot of colors. I think either maybe a couple of the parts, you know, like the knee parts, which are red, changing to white. I mean, like a little bit of adjustments to the color scheme, or a little or a lot. Anyway, adjustments to the color scheme would be the way that I would go with it. But I mean, otherwise, overall, it does look pretty cool. Very interesting. I don't plan on getting one, but it does look pretty cool. I like the big vents on the chest. It's got a big rifle too. It's always cool. So yeah, that was good. Apologies for the duplicate question. No problem. Yeah, I think I saw your question about that earlier in the chat, but that's why putting it in all caps is helpful. Helps me to just kind of pick it out there. If Bandai would release a new MG for the 00 Gundam Season 2, which MS do you think would likely get the MG treatment? Well, if they were to do like the lead mobile suits from Season 2, I would imagine they would just follow the same order that they did for the Season 1. So that means that the Dynamis was first, like aside from the Exia. Then that means for Season 2 it would be the Cherubim. What's the Season 2 version of the Dynamis? The Cherubim, right? Is that right? I think so. Yeah. So that would be my guess as to what would be first. And then after the Curios, it was the Arios. Is that right? And then the Cerebi. Yeah. So that would be my guess, that they would follow the same order, although I have no idea. My sense is I doubt that they're going to do that at all. I don't think they're going to make those, at least for right now. I think, you know, probably eventually at some point they'll make master grades for those kits, but I wouldn't expect it to anytime too soon. Although it would be cool. I mean, I think it'd be nice. But I think they're probably going to let that series chill for a little bit while they maybe do something else, and then they'll probably come back to that. You know, I don't know for sure anything. This teeny tiny little piece that I left a little bit of the run around there just to make sure that this tiny piece wouldn't get lost anywhere. Which goes right here. It's not even a different color. What's even the point of that? Anyway, this is a K9. Wait a minute. I need to put this one on here first. Where's that? Here. It's on there. Then this one here. Then kneecap. Then that one. Then this one. Here for the sword. Alright, I guess that's for the sword. Then our ankle armor, which first is going to be this one. There. Alright. Be right back with y'all in just a moment. Yes, my money is on MGTV versions of the wingsuits. I don't know. Yeah. After the narrative Gundam, what do we have in store for future master grades? It is very much up in the air at the moment, so we will have to see. Where's this piece go? Did I miss this somewhere? Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, it's right here. All right, sorry. There's that. All right, those go together for the ankle armor. Here, everything here being on ball joints is a bit concerning. Then these pieces don't really need to move here for the sides of the ankle armor, but it is what it is. I don't think they need to move anyway, but all right. So that's that. That's that. And oh, wait a minute. Get in there. Right, get in there. Why does it seem very familiar? I think that. Wait a minute. It's one of those where I'm trying to get the ball joint in there, but every time I press it, it's just turning the polycap rather than pushing in where it's supposed to go. But there we have it. And this one's going to do the same thing. Come on. Just go in there. All right. Kind of almost a little too much movement there in the ankle, but got that together and connected. All right. Pretty cool. Yeah, almost. I don't remember the ankles being quite like that on the D, Astray D. Ryan, did I miss your comment? All right, let me see. Ryan. Well, unless it's way up in the chat. I don't know. Feel free to leave. If you left a question, Ryan, and I missed it, feel free to leave it again. Put it in all caps, especially. That makes it easier for me to pick it out. Wing has its 30th anniversary next year. Well, yeah, that's always kind of makes it, at least increases the odds that we might get that. But, anniversaries, sometimes Bandai does stuff for anniversaries, sometimes not. I hope that they would do it before I turn into a granddad. Wait, there are attachments for the daggers. Yeah, the daggers in the feet. Yeah, it's got it. It's got them. The feet daggers. Here and here at the back. Yep. Indeed. It does. Earlier comment, Wing has 30th anniversary. Yeah. Do you think Adam deep down loves G Gundam. Adam, deep down, do you love G Gundam? He said no. Someone in the chat was asking. He said he hates it more than anything, which is pretty. I mean, like, that's pretty extreme. When was the last time you watched it? Not anytime recently. You just equipped the dagger holster. Okay, the dagger holster here on the side of the leg, right? Yes, daggers. Yes, we have those too. You're not talking about the daggers in the feet. You're talking about those dagger holsters. Yeah. Right over here. Here's one of them. I'm not sure how it fits into here. I think I could probably figure it out. Something like this. Something like that, I guess. That doesn't look quite right. Is that right? I'll have to check. But anyway, something like that. Yeah, we got the daggers. The daggers are cool. They're like just like one piece though, so I mean, like right out of the box, they're not. It could definitely deal with some painting, give you a bit more color on there, but yeah, a bit more color separation. I mean, okay, second foot, leg. Well, starting with the foot and then ultimately the leg. Let's do this. Don't need that and that. Yeah. A few of these like really small pieces here. What I was gonna say earlier, talking about just the construction of this kit, one of the reasons why this kit is kind of interesting is that there's a lot of like really small, I guess not a lot, but a fair amount of very small pieces for this kit, maybe compared to some other MGs, especially of that time. That's not right. This one is going right here. So check back in on the manual in a moment. A few things that I can build here, at least part of the ink armor I can just put together from memory here real quick while it's still fresh in my mind. At least those couple of parts, and then there's this one here that was like facing up. That one's like that. Oh, wait. Like that and like that, right? No. I think I've got that part on upside down. Darn. Let's see. So, David asked, "Have you watched Gundam Zeta? I just finished it last night, and it bummed me out." I have watched Zeta many years ago, though. Let's see. I was just mentioning that me and my wife are going to Japan in April. It will be our first time actually traveling in the country. Ryan, feel free to send me a message if you want. I mean, if you have any other like questions about traveling in Japan, or you want recommendations or anything like that, feel free to send me a message. I actually had someone not too long ago, maybe just like a couple weeks ago, very similar like you, Ryan, sent a message and let me know that like he was on his way to Japan soon, I think with his significant other as well, for the first time, and was just asking for some advice, places to go, things to see, stuff like that, how to plan a trip if you're only there for a certain limited amount of time. So yeah, feel free to hit me up if you want any input on that. But otherwise, yeah, very jealous. You're gonna have a great time, I'm sure. What? Is the Daban metal structure any good? No idea. Couldn't answer that one at all for you. Sorry to say. My guess would be that it's, probably fine for the money. I mean, that's the thing. Why you would be getting something like that. I mean, like, it's not going to be as good as the original, but on the other hand, it's much cheaper. So there's probably pros and cons there. If you want like a really good metal structure, then probably just shelling out for the original would be the best way to go. But if you're fine with it being slightly less good, then probably save some money getting a bootleg. But I would just recommend probably going for the original one. All right. The foot. And oh wait, I'm gonna need this part. Building the knee is also ×2 here. Let's move these parts here to the side. What's that? I feel like we need at least some confirmation on the 0083 Stardust Memory 2.0 revive kits. I mean, Dylan, I don't know. I hope that we might see that in the near future. But Speedobaka said, Double Zeta starts out happy, but you'll be depressed at the end. Yes, it. I only watched like the first half of Double Zeta. I never finished it, but yeah, the first half is like very kind of, fun, cartoony kind of. It doesn't really get too dark, but there was a little bit of that. Was there any more info released on the 160 third-party Talgi kit? Not that I've seen, and probably not. It was like kind of just announced fairly recently. MG Nobel Gundam. Yeah, it would be cool. Probably pretty unlikely, but it would be cool nonetheless, yeah. If we were to get another master grade from G Gundam, I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to say what it might be. If it would be a 2.0, because they already did like what would be probably like the most popular Gundams. So yeah, it would be interesting to think like, would they just do a 2.0 of something that they know is already going to be popular, or are they going to opt for making something that they haven't made yet? It's a good question. Yeah, I'm not sure. Wait. That's there. This on. MG Devil Gundam, Tequila Gundam, yeah. Don't think that it would be either of those, if anything. RG God Gundam was a nice release for G Gundam fans. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, I think the God Gundam is the one that's, going to get people the most excited, and they already have an MG God Gundam, so it's a question of will they make just like some sort of 2.0 or Verka or something like that of the God Gundam, which could be cool. I think it's very unlikely, but if they were to make something along those lines, what would it be? Let's see. So right leg. Left leg. We already did the right leg. Left leg. Here, this is PC 15. What other polycaps do we need? I don't remember. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all. 15. This is gonna go here like that. Here and here. Then this one. Can't believe IBO still only has one master grade so far. Yeah, that's certainly also very surprising. Very odd that we haven't got another master grade IBO Gundam. Happy birthday, good sir. Thank you. Mushinen. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's not good. Why did that piece fall out? Don't want that. Should stay there, but you're gonna stay there. Once I put these pieces on, you're gonna be held in there for sure. Like that. There we go. I wish I could acquire the HG, the high resolution model. I'm guessing you're talking about the G Gundam, God Gundam. Especially for the fact that it has a pair of hands for recompose. Yeah. Brian, thank you for letting me know. I'll definitely be contacting you on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook, hit me up. I need a way to get to Japan. I need a way to get Japan P Bandai items. Gold said. Gold. Where do you live? If you live in the U.S., you can get them through the US P Bandai shop. But I'm guessing that perhaps maybe you don't. That's why you're in need of a solution. All right, got this one here. These guys here on the side. Oh, wait a minute. That's not right. These are specific for the left and the right side, apparently. Okay. Didn't realize with the first leg, I just got lucky. Vents on the back of the leg, yes, very cool. And knee piece, thigh piece, side of the leg, side of the thigh. 1, 2, and 3. And we just have that little teeny tiny piece left. Oh no, and I just dropped it. Hopefully I can. That's why I left that bit of runner on there. On really tiny pieces like that, sometimes can be very helpful. If you drop it or whatever, it's a lot easier to find if it's still attached to a bit of runner. Like this. So it's this teeny little piece like that. Yeah, just leaving a little bit of runner attached on there just makes it a lot easier to find if you're cutting out the parts in this way. All right. Well, I'm ready to put it on, so I can go ahead and cut this off now. All right. Thank you. Wait a minute. The question is, it goes the other way. All right, legs are done, and dagger is off. So I'm just going to take that off for the moment. Not feeling too confident on the ankles here on this guy. I don't remember the ankles being too much of an issue, but kind of get the sense that there's just a bit too much articulation kind of built into them with the double ball joint and polycaps and everything else. It's a good thing that this kit comes with an action base. And not just any action base, but the king of action bases. For 144 scale kits, anyway. Oh, yeah, those aren't on there all the way either, are they? Oh, there we go. That leg was not all the way pushed in. That's more like it. The king of action bases, as I was saying, action base 13. If only the Renashita base, then yeah, if it came with the Renashita base. Yes, it is, Mercenary, that's right. It's the BA-13 base. Exactly. Find a lovely widow that just wants company and use her for and use his or her card. Oh my. Is this kit coming to P Bandai? I've been on the lookout. Mr. Bobo, it's probably not coming to the P Bandai US. No. I wouldn't imagine so. It's a Korea Gundam base limited exclusive, so it's like a Japanese Gundam base exclusive. Yeah, we sometimes get some of those on P Bandai here in the US, but for something like this, I wouldn't think that we would. So probably not. For a country exclusive, like other than Japan. Alright, so I'm going to backtrack here back to the head before we do the arms. Need a PC 8. Right here. Huh? I'm sure my wife would not like that. Okay. What is going on? I heard Japan gives non-Japanese a hard time getting credit cards. Oh, do you need a Japanese credit card to buy? Yeah, if you're not living in Japan, you can't get a Japanese credit card. You need a Japanese address. And yeah, that would not be possible. Yeah, if you're not living in Japan, then like to get P Bandai kits, your best solution would just be through whatever kind of proxy service or eBay or something like that. Some other kind of different service would be your best way. It'd be a lot easier and not cost, the cost would not be that different from going through the trouble of trying to, not necessarily cheat, but cheat the P Bandai Japan website into thinking that you have a Japanese address and all that. Just kind of, that's a lot of work when you could just, if you're in the US, get it from either P Bandai US or, if it's a kit that you missed out on or something, getting it through eBay or whatever. Some other option I would have to imagine would be the much easier way to go. All right. Let's see. Sticker 3. So we do have a couple of stickers with this kit, of course. Nothing too bad though. It's basically just for the eyes and head camera here. That's pretty much it. Hui. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. is there a sticker for the back? Oh, I'm supposed to put that on at the very end. Okay. Might as well put it on now under the clear part, because this one we put under the clear part, so we might as well put the back one on under the clear part too, right? Seems like that would make sense. There's nothing to stick it onto under the clear part, so that's why. Oh, there is kind of. We can put it on here. All right. Well, this is kind of going against what's in the manual, but it should work anyway. So we'll put this part on here. Sticker's not really supposed to go here on this part necessarily, but putting it on here means that it'll be under the clear part, like with the sticker on the front. So it seems like it would make more sense to do it like this. Anyway. And yeah, it looks kind of a bit odd maybe, but I don't know. It's okay. And our pieces here for the side of the head, then the back of the head, the mullet piece, and the V-fin piece. It's got that classic Astray V-fin where I feel like if I look at it the wrong way, it's going to break off. So we're going to have to be very careful with that. It's like a really teeny tiny attachment, like way out on the tip of a point, way out on the front of the head. I hate, just like with the ankles, the head is plugging a ball joint into a polycap that rotates. So of course, when you're trying to press it in, it's just rotating the polycap. But there we go. All right, he's looking good and feeling fresh. Let me see. Let me show you guys. Wait. There we go. Let's actually adjust that. There we go. You can see a little bit better. So yeah, that sticker I was talking about on the front of the head goes underneath the clear part there. On the back of the head, not meant to go underneath the clear part, it's meant to go on top of the clear part, but I feel like that just looks just as good having it underneath. Anyway. But there's our head. All right. Oh my. Hasaki's here. Hey, how's the family doing? Family's doing good. Thank you. And Decker Steel, that was close. Your Astray nearly fell over. No, it's fine. Wait. Gold, are you in the Discord? Japan is practically... Japan hates foreigners. Japan does not hate foreigners, I would say. I used a VPN and can get the buy button to show, but you need your name in Japanese kanji and a Japanese CC and a Japan address to ship to. Yeah, so I mean, like I was saying, it's a lot of trouble to try to cheat the website to make it think that you're like buying stuff in Japan, but it's probably not. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be worth it, but you know, you can make that decision. From what I hear, I mean, a lot of stuff sells out so quick on like P-Bandai Japan. You probably would get it faster, you know, than waiting for it to come up on P-Bandai US and then waiting for the stuff to ship to the US and all that. I mean, but I mean, I know stuff sells out on P-Bandai US as well, but I mean, you probably have, again, if you're in the US, you probably have just as easy a time trying to get something in the US. But all right, before we move on to the arms and the backpack, I'm just going to take a short break here real quick. I'll be right back, actually. I'll be right back. Hey. Are you leaving? So it's just a gray inner frame Astray, Gold said. Yes, it's a gray inner frame Astray with the Destiny Impulse Destiny Reginus backpack. Yeah. Christian says, "Can we make out and watch G Gundam multiple times?" Till he says he likes it. Honestly, I don't know what it's not to like. He likes Dragon Ball Z. He likes Naruto. He likes like Gundam. So why not like a combination of those things in G Gundam? I don't know. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me either, guys. It's time for the arms, but let me just go ahead and put the hand together here real quick. Certainly don't need any instructions for this, except for the fact that I might actually, for the back of the hand. I don't remember exactly how it's supposed to go. I can find the thumb here, first of all. I know the back part of the hand's kind of different. Let's see. There's... Wait a minute, maybe it's not that different. It's just this, that's all. Doesn't have that. Oh wait, yeah, okay, never mind. I was thinking something different. Or the PG. Anyway, the PG is kind of different, the way the hand goes together. This is not the PG, so okay, easy enough. PC 2, 042, wait a minute, 2. Wait, it's this one, okay. And 4, and 5. We need all these, and 1, and 3. All these polycaps, all the polycaps. Hopefully Dragon Gundam this year. Oh, you mean like as like an MG Hisaki? Because we already got the HG kit of that. But yeah, as like an MG, I mean, it would be fitting considering it's the year of the dragon. You can't compare Dragon Ball with G Gundam. I mean, can't you? I don't know. Anyway, it's like super fighting stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's similar in a way. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not like completely comparable, but you know, all right. It's from the same kind of era. I don't know. All right, whatever. We don't have the HG. The HG of the Dragon Gundam? Wait a minute. Oh, right. Sorry, yeah, the Dragon Gundam, right. I was thinking of the Shenlong for some reason. Yeah, we're talking G Gundam, right? Yeah, okay, yes, the Dragon Gundam. Yeah, we don't have that. Yeah, I would assume that we'll probably get some news about that this year. Yeah, considering that it is the year of the dragon. And it's the one that we don't have yet. That and the Bolt Gundam, right? We don't have either of those announced yet. So, yeah, considering that we've had the Rose and the Maxter, it would make a lot of sense to do the Dragon Gundam next. I mean, if they both come out this year, then it doesn't matter. But if they're only going to do one of the two this year, it would make sense for the Dragon Gundam, being that it's the year of the dragon. But yeah, we'll see. One of the two, I would assume we're getting at some point this year, at least the announcement of them, if not the release itself. But yeah, all right, and we got that. This one's going in the forearm, which we just put down. Was right here, like that, and that. And here. There's still Bolt and Dragon, yep. Red Frame Dragonic. What's that? I don't know. The Bolt Gundam is the only Shuffle Alliance HG I care about. Need it ASAP, Linux said. Yeah, both of those are going to be cool. Honestly, I'm not sure which of the two, if either of the two I'll be picking up. So I did review the Rose Gundam, the Maxter Gundam. I don't plan on getting it It's just a little bit too goofy for my taste. The Bolt and the Dragon, though, I'm not sure. The Bolt Gundam, I don't know, probably won't review that one. I don't really like the design all that much. The Dragon Gundam is pretty cool, so that one's, I guess, more likely. We'll see. We'll see once we once we get the announcements and like see what the kit's gonna look like and everything. I might change my mind on either of those. You never know what it's quite gonna look like. That's to the back. There we go. This one's to the front. All right. Then these guys on here. Okay, these are very slightly different. But how can we tell the difference? Let's see. Okay, this one's that one, which is at the back side. So I assume that the connection is probably slightly different in size, which would make it easier to tell which way is the correct way. There we go. Right. Like that. Elbow armor. Back of the forearm armor. And hand, which we already did. So there we go. Arm is done. MG Bolt Gundam would be glorious. Talking about dragons, are you interested in the Figuarts Amplified Blue Eyes White Dragon Dewey? No, I've not. I don't plan on reviewing that one. Richard asks, I hope we get MGs of the Dragon Rose, Maxter, and Bolts. Yeah, I don't think that that's going to happen. If we're just now, kind of after so long, getting HGs, I mean, like, maybe in another 20 years, we might have MGs of the Dragon Rose, Maxter, and Bolt, but certainly not anytime soon would be my guess on that one. Okay. Shoulder armor. Got to keep it moving here. Is this even, it's kind of hard to tell. Just, okay, no. That is the right one. All right. That's on here. Wait a minute. Okay, like that. That's 1, 2. It means, this one. Okay. I got it. That's easy enough. Uh-oh. Real butterfingers today, apparently. And so I was earlier working on finishing the painting. Just finishing, actually, I mean, like the painting had been done, but finishing the last bit of work on kind of my non-entry into the Toys and Tanks contest. So you know how I had posted a work in progress, even though, oh shoot, wait a minute, that's not right. Look at that thinking. Oh no, it is right. Oh, okay, no, that's right. It's supposed to be like that. Okay. A work in progress for the Toys and Tanks contest. Of course, I can't, of course, enter. But wait a minute. Where is that piece? Did I not? Oh man. Oh, I did. It's right there, right in front of my face. I of course can't enter in the contest myself, but I wanted to just make an entry just to kind of play along with everyone, right? And so I posted that work in progress video maybe 2 weeks ago or something, I guess. And just been finishing working on that, a combination of the Ramune version of the Noseru, the Tomo Toys Noseru kit, which is like which has like clear blue armor, and the Go-Rai. So I finished that up today and had no shortage of issues finishing that kit. And luckily, nothing broken, but you know, had like paint leaking through some masking on it, and decals coming off. How is GBWC work coming on? Oh, so I'll get to that here in just a second, but let me show you guys. Oh, we don't have a whole lot of time left. I need to gotta go fast. We might not get to the backpack here, but the arm. Anyway, I'll briefly show you guys here. That's not going to work unless I do this. Here, hang on. Switch to this camera. Here you go. Ta-da! Oh boy, won't that happen? Be careful. Here's my Noseru and Go-Rai. Yeah. So yeah, there was a couple of issues like finishing that. Parts I needed to kind of repaint the part for the head, for example, because I tried doing some like an accent color kind of thing on that and everything. So yeah, there was a few issues to get it finished up, but we got it. Like decals, and I had a couple of issues with decals on it, and there's not many decals on it, as you can see. Like it doesn't have a ton of decals there, but the few that are on there did give me some issues. So it's a bit of a chore to get that finished up, but it's finished, and I will share that with you guys very soon. The color scheme is nice. Yeah, I'm not like overly thrilled with the color scheme. When like my goal was, like, I wanted to use that paint I talked about in the work in progress. I wanted to use that pastel blue paint, which I think came out looking pretty nice. But looking back at that kit as a work in progress, I think the Go-Rai looked so good in white. It's kind of sad to see it now in that that blue color. I did like how good that it looked in white. So I don't know, but you know, yeah. But I'll show you all that in more detail tomorrow or over the weekend or something, and within the next couple of videos. Just hopefully that will also kind of help keep you guys motivated, those of you who are working on builds for that contest. Help keep you guys going to push through to the end. All right, so I'm going to do our part of the construction, which is ×2. Repeat this here real quick. Let's see if we can't knock this arm out real fast so we can get to the backpack. We can make sure to finish as much as we can here in the next 20 minutes or so. All right, put that there. This one here. Yeah, any other questions that you guys may have? Maybe not about this particular build, but anything else? Feel free. As we don't have a whole lot of time left here for today. Did I pop out that polycap? I did. So where is it? So first off, there should be 2 of those. That's PC 4.5. Yep, I did take it off. It's here somewhere. Hang on. So we got a rogue polycap. I can't look. There it is. Okay. So I can't look at it. So that's it. Now you can go to the left arm, which is over here. Which would be piece here. And how did that one go? That there. Let's see. Not sure if it'll happen, but hopefully they'll do it Exia 2.0 and give it the Dynamis frame. Yeah, I see a lot of discussion on that one way or the other. A lot of people in agreement about that, and then a lot of people like Mercenary there also kind of going the other way, saying that the Exia, the MG Exia is fine, just needs to be in the air to get the most of it. Yeah, it is one of those kits that I mean, it does the ankle. It's not actually the ankles; it's just the feet. The feet are a bit problematic, but I mean, other than that, it's not really too big of an issue. With that kiss. So I mean, yes, if we were to get a 2.0 or whatever it would ultimately be, or be even if it was like a 1.5 or a 2.0 or whatever, any kind of new version of the MG Exia, would it be better than what we have now? Of course. But would it be, is it a kit that really needs that? I think no, not necessarily. But I mean, would it be nice? Sure. Yeah. Compared to something like the GPO1 or something, for example, like which would, it's kind of, the question is how much would it benefit from a new version of the MG, a 2.0 or a Verka, whatever. Obviously, in the case of the Exia, we're probably talking more likely a 2.0 than a Verka, considering that it's a not a UC design. Why did I excuse me, why did I pop out that polycap? I didn't need that. But yeah, if we were to get a new version of the Exia, not sure. And I honestly, I'm not sure how Bandai goes about kind of their internal calculations on that. I mean, my guess would be that it's again just a combination of trying to determine, number one, what would be popular and what would sell, and number two, what is something that kind of has the greatest need for a 2.0. And the Exia, in terms of like the need argument, I think the Exia would be lower on the list than a lot of other things. But would it be popular? Yeah, of course. So I mean, it's kind of like a combination of those two factors. I think is probably what goes into that decision-making process. This is one of those parts where it's kind of like just barely held in there while you're putting the pieces together, and has a tendency to fall out a bunch while you're trying to connect everything. Yeah, fun times. All right, that's I think the third or fourth attempt so far. Let's try for one more here. See if we can't get it without this piece falling out. I can't even get it to not fall out. First place, come on. Just stay there for just a second. Oh. Gotcha. All right. That and this. want to try to, again, make sure that we can get to the backpack. Hey. All right. Here we go. Definitely prefer these shoulder armor pieces of the Stray second more than the original shoulder armor pieces, I would have to say. They're pretty cool. Having the big fins on there. Okay. What Gundam model kit was the best you built and what was the worst you built? Richard, that's a tough one to answer. Couldn't really say. Unfortunately, I don't know. But best, it's like so objective. I think is the problem. And the reasons why it's hard to answer. So I've got the parts here for the weapons and the backpack. The manual, of course, as it's building the weapons first. I want to get to the backpack, but let's. Oh, yep. See, there goes the V-fin. Make sure that I'm being very careful with that. I'm gonna put it over there. These clear parts, if you guys can see, it might be kind of hard to see. There's a bunch of these little clear parts here. Those are for connecting the Wing of Light effect parts into the backpack. So we're actually not really going to need those right now. I'm going to set them to the side over here. Also the action-based connector, we of course don't need at the moment. We are going to do these swords ×2 here. What's the difference between a sheath and a scabbard when talking about swords? Because I never know which one to use, and I always feel like no matter what I go for, someone in the comments is going to tell me I'm using the wrong word or something. So can you guys lend any advice there? Which is the correct word to use? Between a sheath or a scabbard, or I'm sure it's probably, if we're talking like a katana like this, it's probably something else entirely, I would imagine, but I just don't know. The MG ARC 78-2 3.0 is my best kit so far. Yeah, a fantastic kit. I mean, is it the best kit that I've ever built? I don't know. Again, just kind of depends on what your definition of the best is. 2, that's right. And 3. Like that, okay. Are blades plated or injection molded? Dylan, the blades are, for this one, are actually clear red. Pretty cool. It's very different. So yeah, neither, to answer your question. Yeah, that's the right side. Why isn't that fitting on there? It is the right side, isn't it? Aren't you? Aren't you on the right side? They're just not gonna stay on there. Huh? In fact, I'm actually putting you on the wrong side. There we go. Holding it upside down. The handles fit together like this. Yeah, the gold, there's no plated parts at all with this kit. The gold is molded gold, and the sword blades themselves are clear red. So, not going to have anything plated at all. think the best would be if one you had the most fun building. Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense. For the best kit you've ever built, whatever you had the most fun with. That makes sense. Even that is hard to answer though. I don't know. Shoot. And this one, obviously I've got some of the parts for the backpack kind of mixed in here. Okay. A25. All right, y'all. We may not get to the backpack. I was kind of worried about this. I figured the kit might take a little while. We may not get to the backpack here today, I'm sorry to say. I gotta wrap it up here. Here's our swords anyway. Very nice with that molded gold and the clear red blades. Certainly very interesting. I wonder how they came. I mean, like for the overall color scheme, I can kind of understand what they were going for with the color scheme, kind of based on the colors of the Korean flag. But why clear red for the blades is kind of interesting. If you guys are not aware, there's a little bit of a history between Korea and Japan, and I kind of wonder about if there's something maybe, like, I don't think, like, nothing nefarious per se, or like negative about. Hello? Yeah, forget that was a spam call. Anyway, I don't know why. Clear red is to keep things interesting. I mean, it's definitely unique. Maybe the blades represent Japan. Like, I don't know. That's what I mean. I kind of wonder if there's some, and maybe it's not. I mean, obviously it's not an obvious meaning, but whoever was in charge of designing this one, because I mean, I don't know for sure, and it would be kind of interesting to know. I wonder if it says anywhere in the box of the manual or something like that who was in charge of designing it. If it was if it was a Korean person who was in charge of the design work for this, or if it was somebody from like Bandai Japan. Mike came for the wings, and we're not going to get the wings. Sorry, Mike. Let me see what I can do here, but I don't think that we're going to have time. But this is 22. Problem was we got to build this like center part of the backpack here first. I mean, I don't necessarily have to follow the order of the manual, but there's also parts for the wings that I need to cut off and clean up, because I didn't want to get these parts, as I was saying at the start of the stream, these parts I didn't want to get them mixed up, so I left them like partially on the runner just so I could tell which one was which, because they're numbered like 1 through 6. I think there's 6 different parts. And so, yeah. Let's see, X123. Is that a gray piece? Must be. That's this one right here. Okay. I was building as fast as I possibly could. Give me a break. No, sorry. Hey, it's my birthday, remember? Don't give me a hard time about not finishing the kit entirely. Oh, we're supposed to leave a little bit of a gap here, huh? I feel like Chipotle for dinner. So I don't know. Suddenly got a craving. And my wife's also a big Chipotle fan, so I don't think it would be a hard ask for that, but let's see. We ate out for dinner yesterday for my birthday, of course, so probably got something prepared or in mind for dinner today. Sending nubs consumes a lot of time for me, Alfredo said. Chipotle or BK maybe. BK is good. I mean, not really for dinner. I don't know. I would say I or we, in my family anyway, myself, and anyway, we don't really do, that's not the right part. I wonder, I'm looking at it thinking like, okay, how does this part fit in here? We don't really do like fast food burgers for dinner. When I got to, yeah, BK, I mean, like, if it was just me, like, if I was by myself, then I might, yeah, but we'll sometimes get it. When it comes to like fast food burgers, it's either like Burger King, which is less often. Usually our go-to is Culver's here, actually. Is usually what we do for wanting some fast food. All right, let's see. There should be this one here. There it is. That goes on the top. Up here, and this one's here on the bottom. Yeah, other than like Culver's, as far as fast food goes, it's like sometimes Chipotle, and it's really kind of about it. We don't really do like KFC or what's the other chicken place? What is it? Chick-fil-A? McDonald's, definitely not. It's like disgusting. When we lived in Korea, we would have McDonald's maybe like once a month or something like that, maybe. Like when we moved here to the US, and like it's just really bad here. It's really bad. So I left out a part. Alright guys, I think unfortunately I gotta wrap it up. Popeyes, yeah, we've had Popeyes a couple times. It's pretty good. Like if we're gonna get fast food chicken, I think it would be Popeyes, yeah. I think we've had KFC once since moving to the US. It's so salty. It was like pretty shortly, like right after moving to the US though, so I think we hadn't like quite adjusted to like US taste yet. So I think we're probably a little bit more adjusted now to the salt level. But especially at that time, like right after moving, it was like a way too salty for our taste. Like it's probably not that different from Popeyes. So I mean, we didn't have Popeyes until only kind of much more recently. For the first time, we've had it like a couple times. Okay, here's the center part of the backpack. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to call it a day here, and we're not gonna get to finishing the wings. I'm sorry, you guys. Should have like just skipped the swords and done the wings, but well, what can I say? You live and you learn. That's it for birthday stream. KFC sucks. Bojangles better. I think there's a Bojangles in Daytona. There's not where we live. We live in like the next town over. I think there's one here in Daytona though. I would not be surprised. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here on this. I'm gonna finish this up off camera and then do, of course, a review here for you guys. I'm also gonna put on the waterside decals, of which we don't have a ton, but there's a few markings on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those on, and yeah, we'll do a review. It won't be tomorrow, so that means it will be next week. And yeah, really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Appreciate it, y'all. If you guys missed, why am I so tiny? I just realized that. I just realized that I'm like really tiny up there for some reason. All right, that's funny. Yeah, if you guys missed I posted about the fundraiser live stream that I have planned. It's going to be next Friday on March 8th. So I'm gonna have some more information for you guys about that. Either tomorrow or like beginning of next week, I'll post some more information. But basically, it's just going to be Friday the 8th all day long. Just going to be just live building a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be pink kits all day long. And that is just for breast cancer awareness. So just going to be doing a fundraiser, raising money for, it's going to be half split. So half's going to be donated to a breast cancer charity. And then half to go for my own family's personal expenses, as we're also battling breast cancer, unfortunately. But so far it's going well, so I mean that's good. But of course, yeah, it's not easy. So that's going to be next Friday, and yeah, the charity I was planning to, because I was looking up like what are some good charities for that, and just based on what I had read, it seemed like the Susan G. Komen Foundation was a pretty good one, because not only do they raise money to support like breast cancer research, but also to help people who are in need of financial aid and assistance as they're going through treatment. So I thought that was good. But a couple people pointed out to me that I guess the foundation also like kind of has some bad history as well, so I might change that aspect. So I got to check that out, but I'll have some more information for you guys very soon. So appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all later. There won't be any live stream tomorrow. It'll be more next week, but I'll have more videos. Of course, a video going up later today, and then more stuff tonight, tomorrow, and over the weekend. So as always, I really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye bye.